Morning, ladies and gentlemen. I thought I'd start talking like William Shatner for some reason. Hello. This is going to be my second attempt at a healthcare series. My previous video, I thought the quality was shite, so that was really annoying me. So we're going to rectify that. Plus, it is also copywritten. Because there was I think it was a TikTok song or something along those lines. There was some level of music that was involved, and I was not able to use that video. So yeah, we'll be doing this instead. That's fine. I see. Let's put the door some more freaking things in. So I've been involved in healthcare for quite some time, and it's really an area that I want to be getting out of when I can. Mostly because the pay is really quite poor comparative to other areas, other industries, and it's also everything too big. I can buy. And it's one of the, and especially for an average man like myself, healthcare is really quite a bad career move. Oh, I can buy that. Cool. So I really regret doing such a thing that I can. Oh man. And I really regret doing such a thing that I did. But both my parents were in healthcare back in the 70s and 80s, and their impression was, if you go into healthcare, you'll get good jobs and what have you. And for the vast majority of my career, I have been unable to, I suppose, secure, proper paid jobs that sort of were in line with inflation. And oh lordy, okay, I see the problem. Parents were of the impression that getting a job in healthcare would keep me, really well remunerated. I'd have a job for life and things of that nature. But things have evidently, changed quite a bit since, the 70s and 80s, when my parents were working properly in healthcare. And I have really struggled as a straight man in healthcare, mostly because the quality of nurses in this country is generally very poor, especially of the modern nurse. And it's very frustrating because especially healthcare, nursing specifically, you're not able to criticize anything. Like, you're not able to go, well, I find this element of this particular I find this element to be working quite badly. Why don't we reevaluate things and see how we can improve? It doesn't ever seem to be any of that in healthcare, in my experience at least. It's just endless talking. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about how we can discuss this. We'll talk about how we can discuss this so we can work out this. And that, to me, is not a productive way to run a business. It's not a productive way to manage patients. And it's not a productive way to improve the setting of a healthcare environment. Some of the most hostile people I've ever encountered in my life in healthcare have been nurses. The hostility that you can encounter from a nurse is pretty profound. There is nothing but really toxic attitudes. There is complete inability to just put another GB clinic in there, to want to help one's colleagues, and I appreciate that. I didn't need to do that big, but anyway, and I appreciate that no one wants to, especially in nursing, no one wants to have to do extra jobs they're not being paid for. And there are certainly nursing positions that employ people whose entire job is to educate other staff, and that's cool. But I have been on the receiving end of some incredible hostility from nurses because they didn't think that I was doing things quick enough to their schedule. I was just incompetent. It was essentially any number of reasons, quite honestly. It didn't really matter what it was. It was just because they felt that I wasn't doing X, Y, and Z. I better hire a doctor. That I was deserving of them being incredibly hostile to me. So it's really quite a profound thing to experience, I must say, because these are the same nurses who will complain about the conditions of a hospital they work in. Yeah, it's really quite strange. And the best nurses that I've ever encountered in my country have always been Filipino. I've never had a bad experience with Filipino nurses. They're always amazing nurses. Oh, I need a bigger fracture for me. Okay. So yes. Okay. Alright. Let's put it over here. So it's very frustrating because as a man I just want to go to work and do my job and come home. But in healthcare, in a female-centered environment, that's really challenging to just want to be able to do. It's almost like you're penalized for wanting to do just that. There's almost no teamwork involved. The only time there's teamwork is when nurses like their colleagues. And anyone who's been in a job for a time knows that we're never going to like our colleagues all the time. We're going to be pissed off by them. They're going to shit us off. It's just the nature of people. But in my experience, the modern nurse can't put aside their personal feelings for the greater good of the ward or the greater good of the hospital. It has to be, but my feelings are the most important thing right now. Now I've worked with many generations of nurses. I always work best with hospital trained nurses. I always learn so much from hospital trained nurses as well. And unfortunately, they are becoming fewer and fewer in this country, at the very least. For obvious reasons, because there's no hospital training anymore. Okay, we can finish that there. Let's just put a treatment room in there. Actually, put a psychiatrist office there. Like this is how all psychotherapy looks like apparently. And it makes the job sort of intolerable because you having to rely on a bad attitude young nurse who is not interested in helping you in any way. It's really quite distressing to have to deal with that mentality quite often. And a lot of the hospitals you work in also, there's a panel. A lot of the hospitals you work in have distinct agendas as well, like distinct hiring agendas, distinct retention agendas. I mean, I remember one ward I worked in. They hired no white men at all. Like, why did I put that door there for? Shit. They just didn't hire white men. All it was women. And they specifically hated straight men. Is what I can remember. Yeah, except those guys. Promote that man. What's a poop deck? Promote that man. So, you know, and no one wants to go to the workplace and just feel hostility just by turning up to work. It's fucking absurd. And it really doesn't provide any long-term career stability for men in healthcare, because can we get any more? Okay, cool. Oh, we don't have those doctors. Shit. It's too cold. Oh, okay. Because how long can you sustain yourself in a workplace that hates you for existing, and refuses to actually take the appropriate steps to improve the workplace? Because many of these female managers just enjoy the drama that they invite in a ward. It's really quite astounding. There is very little quality healthcare, in my opinion, in this country anymore. Mostly because, like, the measure of quality is very difficult. Like, what's the metric of quality? Is it okay? Well, the patient was treated within this time frame. Were they did all the symptoms of their pathology resolve? Was the nurse there in a real continuity? Was the nurse there 5 days out of 7 days? It's a really bad metric to measure much. I can put some bins up here. So, and as I get older, I'm like, I don't want to be dealing with the drama of a ward anymore. I'm sick and tired of having to, you know, I've been doing this job for quite some time now, and I'm sick and tired of seeing the same thing occur 10 years ago as it is today, and nothing has changed. Oh, we can put the Lux. Yeah, the Lux Clinic, that's right. No, I can't put that there. Bloody hell, I wish I'd... Okay. The Lux Clinic is annoying. Put all the doors there. Oh, the console. What else can I make it nice? I'll put a extinguisher there in case. I haven't had any of them blow up yet, so is it the first time? I can put something stupidly expensive in there as well. And many of the wards, in my experience, are totally sexist as well. But they really hate having men around. A lot of the nurses treat men like absolute crap, and they're really unashamed about it as well, which is a very, very sad thing. And unfortunately, like a lot of the time, the work is not worth the money, because nursing is such a, you know, it's such a ever-changing, dynamic, I freaking hate that phrase, dynamic industry. The industry rarely, and because of the nature of women as well, they don't want to cause conflict. Where is my janitor? There he is. Do I have a staff room? I do. Cool. The nature of women as well, they don't want to cause conflict, and they believe that just tolerating, you know, poor conditions is the best course of action. And it really isn't. You know, if all the nurses in this country went on strike for 2 days, they would get every one of their demands met with very, 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 very rapidly. But because you know, the nursing industry also largely runs on deception and morality. It's like, oh well, don't you care about your patient? Don't you care about how the patient will feel? Oh crap, do I not have toilets? I've got toilets. I need more toilets. Okay, put some more toilets up here. So it comes down to, oh well, you know, if you're campaigning for your rights as a professional, then someone's going to have to suffer, and that's going to be the patients. And how dare you want to enact positive workplace? I wish I hadn't put the toilet. Anyway, how dare you want to enact positive workplace change for you and the future. Man, that's a really bad position to put that toilet. It's not too bad. No, it's fine. What else can we put in there? Do we need more? Do we need more research doctors? I think we do. We don't have any research doctors right here. Well, how are you? Let's train you. Can we train you at research? We can. Cool. So yeah, I thought I'd just give a quick insight as to healthcare in this country and how bad it is, and why it hasn't changed in the entire time I've been there. So I'll leave it here, and then I'll record some more videos today. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.